afternoon session webinar, and the topic is Impact of Mobile Apps. I am Dr. Apk, Assistant Professor and CIII Coordinator, KIT CIII Karnataka Institute of Technology. On behalf of KIT CIII, Center for Industry Institute Interactions, we welcome you all. On my behalf of, I welcome our Vice Chairperson, Ms. Indra Mukesh ma'am, and for encouraging us to conduct more events from CIII, and the Director, Mr. Vasant sir, Principal Dr. M. Mohandas Gandhi sir, Vice Principal Dr. M. Ramesh sir, Deans and Heads of various departments. A special thanks to our Dean KIT CIII, Dr. K. Mahalakshmi ma'am, for organizing these events. On behalf of our institution, we are pleased to have Mr. Srikanth Janarthanan, Director and CEO of Grants of Coimbatore. He completed his bachelor's degree under Anna University and master's in Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Chennai. He is pursuing a doctorate in Anna University, Chennai. He is associated with Cortex LLP, Coimbatore, KG Information Systems Limited, Coimbatore, and previously associated with many organizations. Nearly he was having 15 plus years of experience in teaching in the field of computer science and IT and its applications. He is a continuous learner in collaborative and cooperative dynamic environment, allowing him to challenge roles in transforming every student to be an industry-ready person. He used to handle strategic activities by aligning with the current trend technologies and deliver the same as the value-added courses for circuit branch students. He headed as a small incubation initiative, students-driven software development cell, to deliver web apps, mobile apps, both native and cross-platform hybrid apps. Published more papers in journals and national conferences. He is also an Oracle certified expert for Java fundamentals programming and explore design and database programming with SQL. Short introduction, I'm handing over the session to our guest, Mr. Srikanth.
Is my audio and visual clear?
Yes, sir.
Any acknowledgement from student side? Because your voice is very feeble for me. How about my voice and visual?
It's fine, sir. The students can able to reply here in chat and it's available.
So I consider my visual clear. I'll share my screen. Hope my screen visible. A quick acknowledgement, please. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Fine. I'm Professor Srikanth Janarthanan. I'll introduce about myself, in a couple of seconds. But before, I assume students of various departments and students of various years have organized. Are here to attend the session, and I have given the title as Impact of Mobile Apps. Then purposefully, I kept something different here. Let's start the great journey. Because it's very simple, our day in and day out, we wake up every day with the support of notifications. We go off the day, we approach the bed after checking the notifications in the mobile phones. So mobile, smartphone has become like a sixth finger, which is inevitable for your day's time. For part of your life. And interestingly, immediately after the 50 days of lockdown, what has happened in Coimbatore, Gandhipuram 7th Cross Street, you can see the entire Coimbatore, at least 25% of the Coimbatore crowd. You might have find it there in Gandhipuram 7th Cross Street. Because of 50 days of intensive use of smartphones, you may be out of the accessory for your smartphone, or you may be, you may want to upgrade your smartphone, whether it is a first hand or second hand, all the mobile shops and mobile service centers have filled immediately after the lockdown. Okay, so yeah, about me, I'm Professor Srikanth Janarthanan. I'm a teacher with 15 years of experience in teaching CSE department subjects as well as information technology based subjects. I'm an Oracle Academy certified professional, and again, I'm a Wipro Mission 10X certified teacher. And my previous organizations, associated with Infosys Campus Connect, now it is called as InfoTQ. And as Dr. Kirtika Madam said, I am a continuous learner in a both collaborative and cooperative dynamic environment. And yeah, but precisely saying, and I'm an app dialect. I have a developer account with both Google Play Store and Apple App Store. And notably, some of my apps are up and running in both the marketplace, Google Play Store and Apple App Store. All you let me give you some names of the apps which was developed by me and my team. You can go to Google Play Store and you can search with the name. You can easily land up with that, land up with the apps we developed. And as some of you aware, Google Play Store, it's not very costly. Just by spending $25 per lifetime, it's one-time payment. If you spend $25 once in a lifetime, you can proudly call yourself as an Android developer. It's not a big deal. But if you want to call yourself as an Apple application developer or iOS application developer, you're supposed to spend rupees $99 per year, because Android developer program, the cost is $25 for lifetime. It's one-time payment. But Apple developer account, it's not so easy to maintain. You're supposed to spend $99 every year. This is the fourth consecutive year I'm actually maintaining my Apple App Store, but very few apps are up and running, because developing apps for iOS Apple devices, it is not as easy as developing apps for Android phones. Can anyone quickly acknowledge my visual, my audio, and my presentation content, everything clear? Your yes may help me to proceed further. Dr. Kirtika?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed? Is everything okay?
Yeah, fine, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So about the agenda, I don't believe in much more slide content. I have prepared very less contents. Impact of mobile apps. As I mentioned already, app notification. The one thing, probably the last thing that you see before you go to sleep, and the first thing that you see when you wake up. Every day you wake up, the very first thing you do is you check the app notification. What are all the major apps used by us? I have listed few, but predominantly, you may be having all these applications up and running. Not all, at least 80% of these mentioned apps are up and running in your smartphone. This one is one is WhatsApp. WhatsApp, it's a messenger. You will be using, it's a replacement for text messaging. And whereas the difference between text message and WhatsApp, you all know, you can attach media just like that. Media in the sense, you can add stickers, GIF, videos, audios, and again everything. And literally there is no difference between these two. One is Instagram, another one is Facebook. So Instagram and Facebook, the place where we spend most of our time, most of our productive time, it is getting wasted. Precisely saying, it's getting wasted in this place. But if you want to call yourself as an application developer or app developer in coming years, it's not a big crime to spend some time, with the social media apps like Instagram or Facebook, because unless otherwise the pulse of the developer, unless otherwise the anatomy of the application, what is considered you are addicted, it's very difficult to build something similar, or build something which is famous as same as where we are addicted. Hope I am making sense. So Instagram and Facebook, which is inevitable, the 90s kids locked with Facebook, and again 80s kids, I'm sorry, 2K kids, get connected with Instagram. Lot of features will definitely, which will definitely trouble your time. And yeah, this app, hope you all aware, it's Ola app. It's Ola. It's a taxi booking. Okay, it's a taxi booking. You can book taxis, autos, outstation taxis, with the help of Ola. And again, yeah, I mean, as some of you are aware, this is Quora. It's a QA system. Quora, it's an interactive app. I mean, it's a QA app. Whatever the question that you have on a particular technology or anything particular about medicine, you can post your question here. But again, for example, if you have some doubt in Tesla Model 3, okay, Tesla Model 3 is one of the very famous, EV, highest selling EV in the United States of America, Tesla Model S3. Hope you all know who invented Tesla. It's none other than Elon Musk. If you have if you have a question specific to functioning of electric car, if you post that question in Quora, if you are fortunate enough, you may get direct answer from Elon Musk itself. Okay, that's the specificity of Quora. Quora, literally Sundar Pichai, Tim Cook, John Ive, and whatnot, the CEOs of almost all the Fortune 500 companies, you can find them in this particular social media place called Quora. I mean, if you are new to Quora or if you don't aware Quora, I request you all to install Quora app and register, sign up with your details. They'll give you that based on your interest, they'll send you digest mail. Every digest mail consists of at least 10 feeds, which will enhance your thinking skill. And again, which is something similar to Quora. I would like to. How should I miss Swiggy? You can order food with the help of this particular app. Why I am relating, if you are aware, why I am relating Quora with Swiggy, it's very simple. Both depends on the hardware support. Can anyone guess what hardware I am talking about? Kirtika ma'am, please be immediate if someone, if anyone respond through chat or voice. Are they allowed to turn on their mic? Dr. Kirtika?
No, sir, they can do the chatting only. If anything they wanted, they can raise the speak button. We will make them to speak.
Okay. So if someone asks, please let me know. Yeah. What I'm talking about, Ola, it is actually a taxi booking app. Swiggy, it is actually you can order food with the help of this particular app. Okay, predominantly which needs location information. What I'm asking, what is critical element for these two apps? It is location. How they will able to how it is possible for your app to identify your location, through GPS. Okay, then again, if you ask me, only these kind of apps like Ola or Uber or Swiggy or Zomato or Uber Eats, they are using your location information. It is not even the factory pre-installed simple camera app itself. It is using your location information. No wonder, majority of the community are using Android smartphones, right? Have you ever wondered, how your smartphone photos, whatever the photos that you have taken through your smartphone, organized in a day wise, in a location wise, or place wise. It's very simple. The moment you go to Anamalai, whatever the picture that you capture, it is categorized under the place called Anamalai. Again, the moment you go to Palkad, like whatever the picture that you capture, it is categorized under it's a different state, Kerala, and it is categorized under the place called Palkad. You people able to understand the location information, which is considered like almost Facebook is tracking your location, Instagram is tracking your location, WhatsApp, by introducing the feature called you can share your location with the help of WhatsApp, like just with the tag, even they are actually tracking your location information. So location is very critical data. Location data is actually very critical for most of the apps that you are actually using. Okay, and you all know about this particular app, YouTube. And again, it's world largest video sharing, which video it's world's biggest video library, where you can find all the DIY videos, and again your favorite stars, stunt scenes, super scenes, songs, everything you can get it from this particular repository. And I mean, you must be thankful to cloud service, the technology called cloud. Like if you all aware, like I don't want to tell you like what app it is. It's a music streaming, like it's a music streaming app called Ghana. Like think about it, like 6 or 7 years before, like when majority of the crowd, they were entering into smartphone era. I mean 10 years before they were entering into smartphone era, the one thing that worries them much is actually the storage capacity. Like whether my phone supports external SD card or STLC card. Okay, but again, so you must be thankful to the technology called cloud. Ghana, you don't need to worry about the storage of your smartphone. Like if you have enough bandwidth to pass your day, like you can consume what it is called as music as a service. You can consume music as a service through this particular app. Not just Ghana, like we have Apple Music, we have Google Play Music, and we have Spotify, we have Wink. Like Wink is a product of Airtel, and Geo Music, it is a product of Geo. Like all the service providers, they came out with music streaming apps in order to retain their customer base, as well as in order to attract more customers. And if you take this particular app as an example, like you all aware, it's Google Pay, where Google Pay made payments easy. Okay, just by linking your bank account with this particular portal through BHIM. Through BHIM interface, what we call it as UPI. Yes, it is possible for you to share money just like that. Okay, you can share money, you can send money to your friend, like 15 years before, and like if you want to send money, you're supposed to go to bank, you're supposed to fill the form, you're supposed to visit the teller, you're supposed to wait in the queue, and again everything, like it has been void by the arrival of this particular app called payment apps, mobile wallets, mobile wallets, like what we call it as. And I mean those who are health freaks, like you might understand, like you might know what this logo is. This is actually the logo of Healthify Me. Okay, Healthify Me, like daily workouts, and again, like it will track. They'll assign personal trainer. Okay, but don't ask me whether they are physical or not. They are AI based trainers. They're machines. Your trainer in your Healthify Me app is none other than, like it's a robo instance, like but the robo instance have enough capability to understand your pattern, and again, like what food you're supposed to consume on a weekday, what food you're supposed to consume for weekend, and like what workout you're supposed to do, like how many cycles you want to repeat. Everything will be tracked with the help of this particular app. And again, you don't want me to give explanation for Healthify Me or Zomato, like because these ads are up and rolling in almost all the YouTube videos that you see through the YouTube app. Are you people with me? So no matter how mobile apps impact your life, for sure. But again, who are actually creating these apps? who are actually, because almost Mark Zuckerberg, I'll tag it here. This is owned by Zuckerberg. This is from Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg. And again, we don't have major clarification. Larry Page and Sergey Brin is owning both YouTube and Google Pay. YouTube and Google Pay. And apart from that, they are actually the owners of the company, the brand, or the app, who are actually developers, who are considered developers. The engineering students like you, those who have completed engineering couple of years before, they are the developers of all these kind of innovation. Whenever you book auto or taxi through Ola, in a peak time, it will show you the surge price by notifying you, since there are a lot of demand in the particular place in time. They can get auto or taxi for a little hiked up price. How it is possible, how they are actually calculating that. See here, they are actually getting information. For example, by standing in Gandhipuram, if you want to book an auto to Kaundambalayam, okay, Gandhipuram to Kaundambalayam, it is just a 5 to 6 kilometer stretch. But again, consider it is a peak. It's a typical Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Gandhipuram, the density of that particular area, a lot of job goers are actually organized. They gathered, they may be travel from different part of the state, Erode or Salem or Trichy. Think about the volume. Just by understanding the volume, because that, don't think bad. For example, in a particular peak time, in a particular place, take Gandhipuram Mafsal stand as an example, there were about some 2,800 passengers. They want to go for work. In that 2,800, take only 20%. Okay, it's 560 people in a particular place. They are actually using Ola. I have taken very less count. Okay, only 20%, of the crowd, they are using the app called Ola. Then think about it, your app tracks your app tracks your location, everything, your interest, the videos that you watch, everything it tracks. All the apps are actually interconnected. It's like politicians. Whether it is ruling party or opposite party, they have a common agenda of how to get more money in a stupid time. So it's a lame analogy, don't take me bad or don't treat me bad. So only 560 people in a particular place, they are using Ola. It gets the information. In that 560, take only 10%. 56 passengers, 56 general public, they want to book the cab. Okay, so obviously, there are only 30 cabs around in and around Gandhipuram, but the demand is for 56. Then, even if you hike the price for 40%, they are ready to, because they don't want to face they don't want to waste permission, or they don't want to lose salary by getting into office late. Hope I am making sense. Am I making sense? Or is my slang bit fast to digest? Is my slang bit fast for you to digest? Dr. Kirtika, any acknowledgement?
Fine, sir.
Okay. Fine. So, I mean, if you ask me, the apps like Swiggy or Ola, it tracks location information. But again, even your camera tracks your location, your WhatsApp tracks your location, your Insta, tracks your location, your YouTube tracks your location. You don't believe, it's not like only the map-based or maps app tracks your location information. It's not. Almost 70% of the apps up and running. Your calendar, don't take the third-party apps that is installed by yourself after configuring your smartphone. Think about the apps that is bundled that is factory installed, that is available. What is the difference between factory installed app and third party apps that you install? Whatever the app that you install, like, anytime you can, if you want, you can uninstall those apps. But again, if it is factory installed, I mean, I have seen the recent M series Samsung phones. Okay, it is by Cred is default installed app in that smartphone. You know how companies are making money out of it? What is the connection between Samsung and Cred? Okay, Cred is actually the credit card management app. Okay, if you ask me, like, not even 1% of our population, like, have credit card. Okay, think about it, like, in a particular day, take the sale report of Purvika across the nation. They sold about 700 Samsung M series smartphones on a particular day. I mean, don't look, don't give me a puzzle look. 700 smartphone sale under it is quite obvious, in a normal, in typical weekend days. But think about the day immediately after the typical lockdown. Okay, 700, like, don't, like, I'm not exaggerating. 700 is very less. So 700 M series smartphone sold by only one retail outlet called Purvika on one day. Like, in that 700, only 10%, not even 10%, 1%, of the customers have. Okay, it's only 70. Okay, it's not it is 10% of 1/10 of 70. Got it? But no matter how, all the 700 smartphones, like, M series smartphones are pre-installed with Cred. What is the purpose? The biggest problem is whether you have credit card or not, you can't uninstall that particular app. That app keep track of your location information. People, so forget the fact that, like, you are living in a private world. In a digital world, there is no concept called privacy. No privacy at all. Like, if you use smartphone, you don't have privacy at all. Get rid of smartphone, like, you have a lot of privacy. Okay, get rid of internet banking. Like, you're supposed to go to Stone Age. You're supposed to go back to 30 or 40 years before. Like, that even that is considered as Stone Age. Like, then only you have privacy. So my question to you all, like, developing these kind of app, is it something similar to rocket science or easy? Then I'll tell you, like, it is not so easy, but you can begin your journey as easy as possible. Like, I mean, believe me, within 10 minutes, you can develop an app. Okay, that's the kind of, privilege that you have in this present world. Okay, hope some of you are aware of MIT App Inventor. Like, with the help of MIT App Inventor, it will take only 10 minutes for you to create. It will take only 10 minutes for you to build your own app. Okay, MIT App Inventor. But again, like, if time possible, like, I'll show you some basic navigation of how MIT App Inventor looks like. Okay, so people like you, like, the engineers like you, those who have completed engineering couple of years before, they are connected with the companies like Facebook. They are connected with the companies like Google. They are connected with the companies like Microsoft, Zoho, Tata Consultancy Services, Cognizant Technology Solutions, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, whatnot, like, Monblue, whatever, like, they are connected with a company, like, they are getting salary for their work. What are their work? The development of apps, both mobile apps, web apps, writing a service software, writing a product software. Like, they are getting niche money, out of their work by the work what they do. Okay. So, if you ask me whether you belongs to a computer science department student or information technology student or EC student or mechanical student or production or mechatronics or whatever it may be, you all should aware of application development. Like, because if you are an easy student, like, I mean, consider, like, we have a student with the name Balaji here, Balaji from electronics and communication department. Like, he may be least bothered about why should I learn Android application development. Is it connected with my career? Yes, it is. Balaji, awake, come back to reality. It is actually connected. It is connected. Okay, if you want to do a small, if you want to do a mini project on water level indicator with the help of ultrasonic sensor and Arduino board, like how can you provide an UI? Okay, how can you provide user interface? If you provide user interface in the form of an Android app, it is very simple, right? Anyone can understand what is the functionality of your app. Okay, so no matter how from you are from whichever department, app development is inevitable for you all. Let me tell you, a ECU student can't climb. Only CSE and IT students, they have application the app development Android app development in their curriculum. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. Just open Google and type MAT App Inventor. Okay, just open Google in one tab, type MAT App Inventor, open another tab, open YouTube and come out, just watch the basic tutorial, how it is possible for you to create your first Android app through App Inventor. Let me tell you, it will not take more than 10 minutes. By spending only 10 minutes in that particular SaaS software, it's a cloud software, it is possible for you to develop your first Android app. Okay, so ECE students, you don't need to worry about why should I learn Android application development, why should I learn Java, why should I learn Swift for iOS development. You don't need to worry about anything. Just get into MAT App Inventor. MAT stands for Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's world's it is one of the very few globally acclaimed institute for computer science. The very first one is Carnegie Mellon University. Lot of patents, lot of innovation. Carnegie Mellon Tech. It is particularly about robotics. But MIT, it is MIT. Predominantly, they are good in taking computing to even kids. MIT Scratch, you might aware of. MIT Scratch is one of the famous tool. MIT App Inventor, a lot of other SaaS tools are available in the market. You can begin your journey with it. And again, my humble request to students of computer science and information technology and the related software engineering, AA and DS, for you it is bread and butter. You have option. You have no option other than this. You all should know. The app. You all should know about app development. And without the knowledge of app development, it is very difficult for you to survive. Okay. And again, if you ask me the different categories of I just classified into two. One is actually native application. Other one is actually hybrid application. I'll tell you what is the difference between native and hybrid application. Native, there are two natives are available. One is Android native. Another one is actually iOS native. Okay, because these two smartphones, these two platform enabled smartphones are actually ruling the industry. In India, if you take 90% of the market share, it is holding by Android, and 8% of the market share which is holding by iOS. Remaining percentages for Windows, Bada, and again other operating systems, other smartphones are actually available. Okay, earlier if you ask me, BlackBerry was ruling, but again BlackBerry is no more. But few still depends on Windows smartphones. So but again, think about it. We have covered 98 out of 100. So if you want to call yourself, you want to tag yourself as an Android application developer or iOS application developer, let me tell you, this is the request I'm giving for CSE, IT, and the related students. See, yeah. So Java, for if you want to call yourself as an Android application developer, you must be familiar with either of the language, either Java or Kotlin. Kotlin from JetBrains, it's more functional, but again, it's always good to start with Java. Okay, it is always good to start with Java. Java is comparatively, I don't say it is easiest programming language, but it is one of the disciplined programming language. If you spend your time productively for 3 or 4 days with Java, like you can call yourself as a comfortable Java programmer. So the desired software for you all to practice is Android Studio, and the desired technology either Java or Kotlin. If you want to call yourself as an Android developer, you can use arbitrary machine, any machine, even government laptop is fine, whether it is a HP machine, Asus machine, Dell machine, you can use any machine with the minimum required computing. Spec is actually 4 gigs of RAM, at least i3. If it is Core 2 Duo, you may have, it will take some extra time to build your app. In that case, what you're supposed to do is don't use emulator. Don't use emulator that is bundled along with Android Studio. Use your smartphone as an emulator. Okay. In fact, that will reduce the load of your processor, so that you can consider your environment as wise environment for application development. So if you want to call yourself as an Android application developer, you make use of Android Studio, and either you can use Java or Kotlin. Okay. If you want to call yourself as an iOS application developer, Apple application developer, you must be familiar with the software called Xcode. And the language, here also we have 2 language options. Okay. This is legacy. This is farmer one. This is latest one. You must be familiar with either Swift or Objective C. These 2 languages are required if you want to code for iOS platform. If you want to code for iPhones, the desired software is actually Xcode. And again, you can't install Xcode in any HP machines or Asus machines or Dell machine. You need Apple computer. Apple computer in the sense, you are required to have MacBook Pro or Air or Mac Mini or iMac. Okay, which is cost is starting from 75,000. Okay, by spending 75,000, you can get MacBook Air, 8 GB M1 powered MacBook Air. It's a bit costly affair, right? Even with the help of government laptop, you can begin your journey with Android. But again, if you want to call yourself as an iOS application developer, you must invest your money as well as time. But if you want to call yourself as an Android developer, all you're supposed to invest your time alone. That's it. No big deal here. Okay, this is considered as native app. On the other hand, we have hybrid apps. Okay, for example, the notable examples for hybrid application development, one is Flutter, another one is React Native, and again, Cordova is a platform, Ionic is a technology, Xamarin is a platform. Okay, what is hybrid app means? Without considering the target platform, whether I don't restrict my platform to either Android or iOS. I want to develop one application which will comfortably run on both the platform. Okay, if that is the requirement, you should learn either Flutter or React Native. Flutter is a product of Google, and React Native, it is a product of Facebook. Okay, all these tools will help you to develop a web application. You can wrap that web application into a mobile application. Okay, by using Flutter or React Native, it is possible for you to take 2 build, one build with the name APK and another build with the name called IPA. Okay, any idea about APK and IPA? I hope many of you are aware of APK. APK stands for Android Application Package. Okay, it's a binary format required for Android smartphone. IPA is a binary format required for iOS devices. iOS in the sense both iOS as well as iPad OS. Very recently, just 1.5 years before, 2 years before, they have differentiated. Earlier, iPad tablet computers were running with iOS software, but exactly 1.5 years to 2 years before, they have introduced an OS called iPad OS. Okay, so this IPA file format, it is an expected binary for both iPhone and iPad. Okay, So, like, either you are allowed to use, either you are allowed to learn Google Flutter or Facebook React Native. You can come out with, you can turn your web application into mobile application. And Ionic, Xamarin, it's very ancient piece of technologies. But again, you don't need to worry about all this. In the modern days, you are allowed to know, you are allowed to learn either Flutter or React Native. Okay, so yeah, these native apps and native apps and hybrid apps, these categories, hope computer science students, computer science and related department students have sharpen your ears and listen all this. But let me tell you, the circuit branch students, like electronics and communication and electronics and electrical engineering, the better start is MIT App Inventor. MIT App Inventor is very better. It's very better to start with. It's very simple. On maybe on Dr. Kirtika, please make note of it. This 1 hour may not be sufficient for me to cover MIT App Inventor. If possible, arrange another session, so that I'll cover MIT App Inventor exclusively in a hands-on mode. All I need is just 1 hour, because I mean it. Earlier, I told, within 10 minutes you can develop your application. But now why I'm claiming 1 hour means, I want to teach, right? I should teach how to develop app, and I should give a pass, and I should go with the navigation, right? For that, at least I take another 20 minutes. So in 30 minutes, we can develop, I can show you, and I can show you, and I can develop my first, the first application with the help of MIT App Inventor. The next 20 minutes, 25 minutes for you to experiment the same and for ask questions. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover. So native apps or hybrid app, this is for CS, and MIT App Inventor is the great start. It will be a great start for the circuit branch students. Okay, and I have, though I don't want to consider it as a hands-on session, but I want to show you guys something. I was talking about native Android, right? This is actually an Android Studio software. It's a live code. It's a live code. The app is actually up and running in my smartphone. This app is actually up and running in my smartphone. I'll show you. Yeah, this is the Google's phone. Android smartphone I connected here. The source code I was showing is actually, the source code of this particular app. This is for smart junction box. Whenever you connect, if you want, I can show you. This is the smart junction box. Hope it is visible. Okay, this is port 0 to power itself, and this is port 1 and port 2. Port 1 is for mobile phone, and port 2 it is for laptop. Okay, if you charge your adapter, your smartphone adapter, along with the connecting cable and smartphone through this particular port, the moment you connect it, it will not. The moment you power it up, with the wall socket, it will not charge your smartphone. Whether it will let the voltage in or out totally depends upon the battery minimum threshold and maximum threshold. If your battery percentage is 20, it will not let the voltage in. Okay, maybe after intensive use of 5 minutes, or regular use of 15 minutes, it will discharge to 15, right? By the time it will start supply the voltage, and the voltage will cut down once it reaches its maximum percentage. Once it reaches 95, it will cut down the voltage supplied. Okay, and this is the application which is up and running in the smartphone, and this is the actual code. This is actually a native Android code. This is the native Android app, And what I show you was the native Android code. And I have another port. This is for laptop, because for laptop, it is very difficult to get the percentage. Like, I know very well my laptop will take 3 hours to charge. Like, all I need to do is, like, I need to give 3 hours and 0 minutes. Okay. Once I click submit, like, it will supply the voltage for next 3 hours. Time is 2:55. It will supply the voltage until 5:55. Then it will cut off the voltage. Okay. Hope it is clear. This is a native app, and the code that I show you is a native code. Let me show you another code. Like, this is Android Studio. Let me show you another application. Yeah. This is actually native iOS code. This is the storyboard. This is the view controller. Yeah. This is the code. And this is the screen. Okay, I mean, it's my app, like it's my own app. I developed it for my kid. My kid is good in identifying cars. We identified his ability of identifying cars when he was 1.5 years. But like, now he is 7. He is in second standard. Like, he could identify 150 plus cars, both Indian variants as well as, foreign variant cars. I developed this application during the Puja holidays 2018. Okay, precisely saying. Okay, this app, like, this is the app. I just depend on this iOS simulator. I just depend on iOS simulator. Okay, it will show you the 2 buttons here. One is actually show me new cars. If I click show me new cars, it will show another window. And there, like, every time I tap on this particular button, it will randomize cars. What car is getting randomized? It is purely depends on the logic that is up and running. In this particular application. See here. Initially, it will show you the navigation controller. This is my first screen. If I click show me new cars, it will take me to this particular screen. And once I come back, if I click this show me new logos button, it will take me to this particular screen. I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to click back button. And if I click show me new logos, it will take me to this screen. It will take me to, 1 second, this screen. It's logos view controller. This is actually cars view controller. And again, logos view controller, it will randomize logos. Every time I tap it, it will randomize it's a Lamborghini, it's Chevrolet, and it's Porsche, it's Mercedes. Like, it will randomize. Okay, it will not follow the regular order. That's an important thing, because as a kid, I must practice him with a random order. Otherwise, like, he'll get the usual skill called memorizing. Okay, so this is the code for cars view controller. Okay, the logic itself, if you see, like, I generate a random number, like, I'll take the mod out of it, then, like, it will go to case, it'll go to switch case on every button tap. Every time I click on this random image button, either it will choose a random number, the particular random case will be chosen. That's why, like, every time it is actually giving me the random, car. The order is completely depends on the random number which is generated in this particular code. So what I'm trying to convey, this is actually a native iOS app, and the smart junction box code I was showing, it is actually native Android. Okay, and I can also show another app, like, which is actually a hybrid app. For that, like, I may need my smartphone support. I just connected my main phone also here. One sec. I just replug the device. I'll better close the simulator. I don't know, like, it's taking some time. Let me reopen the Visor software. Visor is actually a third-party emulator. Like, you can use your own smartphone, you can connect your own Android and iOS devices, you can mirror it. Yeah, this is my, my main phone. See here, this app, which is up and running in Google, in Apple App Store. Okay, if you ask me whether it is a native app or a hybrid app, my answer, for your question is, this is actually a hybrid app developed with the technology called React Native. Okay, its equivalent app is up and running in Google Play Store as well. Its equivalent app is up and running in Google Play Store as well. I haven't installed that, but I'll show you. Form to bag. If you search, okay, fortunately I have that app. Sorry. Okay, it is opening that app. See, I want to give you the comparison here. Pay attention. This is actually an Android phone. This is actually an iPhone. You got it? But again, look at the UI. Both should be same, right? Functional device. When I click the menu, when I click this sandwich button, whatever the option it is going to give, which is same across the smartphone. When it is bit lagging. iOS, it is bit lagging. But again, it is bit lagging. That's it. If you want, I can show you. So this is the specificity of cross-platform hybrid app. You will have same look and feel, same UI across the different platform, both iOS and Android. Okay. If you ask me, keeping your environment, keeping your computing environment for developing all this, is it easy? Not definitely it is easy. But again, begin with anything is easy. Okay. You can begin your journey. Let me tell you, you can begin your journey with MIT App Inventor. It's very easy. You can do it by now itself. Okay, if you want to learn, after gaining some knowledge about app development, again, if you want to learn Android application development, you may have fantastic teachers crew there. The teachers will help you out how to develop Android application for your smartphone. Okay, that's what I wanted to convey. But let me take you back to the presentation again. What is time, and again, how it is important and how it is actually connected with your career. See here, the timeline, the age group 20 to 21, it is very important for you to determine your skills. 21 to 22, you're supposed to strengthen your basics. Okay, I presume you can reduce 1 year less, because 17 to 21, I supposed to change this to 17 to 18, just determine your skills. 18 to 19, strengthen your basics. 19 to 20, make your career roadmap. 20 to 21, the moment you come out of your college, you're supposed to start exploring, whatever the knowledge that you gained through your college study. Then your first month salary will be 50K per month, or 15K per month, or 7,000 per month. Totally it depends. Just by driving, just by working for Swiggy, don't treat me bad, don't look me, give a dirt look. Even as engineer, an engineering graduate who work for Swiggy as a delivery boy, he may be earning 20 to 25,000 per month. Okay, his equivalent aged colleague, a peer, may be working for a startup in Coimbatore or Chennai. He may be earning 10K per month. Okay, if you ask me, which one is best? 20 to 25 as a Swiggy delivery boy, or 10,000 per month as a software engineer. Which one is best? This is actually best, because you are doing something which is based on the knowledge that you gain, and this business will definitely go off after some time. One second. Hello. Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, so please, during the tough time, please ignore the negativity and stay positive and focused, and have the habit of share and care. The grudge will definitely pull you down. And again, whatever, all these good habits, which will definitely make your pandemic time learning as a better way of learning. Okay, and you can get my contact information from your teachers. I am Professor Srikanth Janarthanan. I'll be available in. I'm available in all the social media, and you can reach me out anytime if you have doubts any. Thank you.
So some questions are inside in the chat window. I will read those questions, sir.
Come again, ma'am.
Some questions are in the chat window. I will read the questions, sir.
Yeah, I'll read.
Shall I read it, sir?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah. Some people are saying that it's enough to use JavaScript alone to develop app. How far it is using?
JavaScript alone.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they are talking about Flutter and React Native. Okay, it's good. If you are good at JavaScript, either you can use Flutter or React Native. You can call yourself as an app developer, but you are not a native app developer. You can call yourself as a hybrid application developer. A lot of openings are there.
Okay. So what about the difference between Portland and Java?
Kotlin is functional, Java is traditional. In fact, the acquisition, hope everyone aware, by 2012, the negotiation started from 2010. By 2012, Oracle acquired Sun Microsystems. That was a very big, that created very big impact. The tech company called Google. So they started promoting another particular language called Kotlin with the help of JetBrains. So now, if you refer developer.android.com portal for finding tutorials of the recent innovation that happened with Android 12, by default, you will get the tutorial for Kotlin. The second tab is for Java. But 5 years before, first tab, only one tab, that is for Java. So that's how, things are actually connected.
Sir, jar file created by using JavaScript supported in Android?
Come again with the question.
The jar file is created using JavaScript. It is supported in Android.
Jar file, it's pretty old. It was used in Nokia N series days and Nokia 6600 days. Jar, you can consider it as a standalone application up and running your desktop or laptop, not definitely for smartphone.
So one final question: how to increase learning quotient through the use of social media?
Come again? Learning?
Learning quotient.
Learning quotient.
Yeah.
Learning quotient through social media. Yeah, it's it's a very dangerous combination. You can't learn productively through social media. Just get the meta information and get out of it. Okay, I don't mean YouTube as a social media here. YouTube is actually a video library. For a lot of DIYs, do it by yourself. You're supposed to refer YouTube. But watching IoT reels in Instagram or tech videos in Facebook, which will not help you at all. By showing one tech video upfront, they lead your time for they lead next to your 120 minutes by showing some unwanted stuffs like memes, trolls, mass movie scenes. Again, it will waste your time. So social media, it's it's a two-way sword. Handle it carefully.
So jar can also be created with Java. Android is also coded with Java. So why jar can support, sir?
Jar file, it's a pretty old, ma'am. Java archives. You can combine. You can combine a group of classes together. Group of classes. It is called as topic wise. It is called as package. But package is not binary. But jar is a binary. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you give me 1 minute time, I can show you. This is actually a jar. 1 second. Hope my screen visible.
Yes.
I'll show you a jar file. Okay, I'm sorry, like, I don't have, if I show you, take this example, like, this MySQL connector, it's a jar file. It's inevitable for you to connect your front end with back end. Okay. And you can develop, you can develop an application with UI, you can bundle it with the help of jar, but jar days were gone. Like, hope, like, during the year 2007, 8 and all, like, many of you were using Nokia N series phones, Nokia 6600, 6810, 7100, Nokia N90, N70, N71. Those days jar was ruling, okay, but no point in claiming jar is out of out of scope of our discussion. Like, if you want to develop a native Android, learn Java or Kotlin, then even with the upcoming update, they're gonna call off .apk file. They're like, all the yes. Any other question?
That's it, sir. So thank you so much, Mr. Srikanth Janarthanan, sir, for your informative presentation. And you gave many information related to the mobile apps and about the cloud technology and what are the types of apps, especially the both native and hybrid apps. And definitely we will reach you for MIT AI and we will have a separate session for that, sir. So thanks for spending your valuable time, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And one final note I want to give. Most of the students are from Agri and Biotechnology. Let me tell you, start your journey with MIT App Inventor. You have a lot of scope in our nation itself. Many complain that, like, if you do biotechnology, like, you have opportunity in developed countries like Canada or US. No, like, even Agri, like, due to this pandemic and all, like, our cycles are getting normal. Like, we are getting monsoon on time. So a lot of farmlands, lot of drought areas can be converted as farmland. Like, you can properly impose technology to make our nation better. Thank you for the opportunity.